I happen to read 50 books. Last year I read like I think 3 books total, so that's a big leap. Yeah, let's get into my favorite books of 2021. So we're gonna start with the book that like it was I think my first book I read this year, and it's the one that really like propelled me into like wanting to read more books, and that is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This is like the OG dark academia book. This is honestly like a modern classic. It reads very intensely. I don't know why I picked this one to be like the first book I read. It's not an easy read, I'll tell you that. It's about a group of students at a New England college going to this Greek classics class and becoming obsessed with it, and then they ultimately kill one of the characters, one of the group. It feels so good once you've read it, and I just felt so accomplished after I read this, and plus the story really picks up I feel like halfway through. I loved this. I know it's so pretentious to like this book, but it's definitely a new favorite. I think this is my favorite book I read this year, and this might be my favorite book of all time. Mind you, that will change as I read more books, but I don't know if any book will ever compare like this one did. So this is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. This is by Ocean Vuong. It is a piece of fiction, but it's heavily influenced by Ocean Vuong's actual experience and life as a gay Vietnamese person. The book is about a letter from a son to his mother who cannot read English. It tells the story of his life growing up queer, and also from Vietnamese immigrants in America and identity. It is just so heartbreaking, so soul crushing, and so beautiful. Like, the prose is the best thing about this book. It is absolutely gorgeous, and this book had me like sobbing while I was reading it. There's just so many beautiful things in this book, so many beautiful lines. Ocean Vuong is a poet. I believe he debuted with a poetry collection, so his prose reads a lot like poetry. It is so beautiful. It is so amazing. I literally cannot recommend this enough. Like, if you are gay, queer, immigrant, you will find something in this book that speaks to you. But honestly, anyone can read this. It's just so good. Okay, I have to mention Miss Sally Rooney. I read all 3 of Sally Rooney's books this year, including the new one, Beautiful World, Where Are You? I don't have a physical copy of Conversations with Friends. I might be asking for it for Christmas so I can have my own copy. Hopefully someone gets it for me. But yeah, I read all 3 of Sally Rooney's books. They're so good. This one is so good. Like, I literally annotated the heck out of it. I need to go back and reread Normal People so I can annotate it. And also there's a show based off of the book, and it is a great show. It's a great adaptation, so definitely check it out. Sally Rooney, not original thought, very much sad girl, sad queer girl literature. Maybe that's what I should title this video, just like sad gay literature. Okay, next book is Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Morena Garcia. It's about Naomi having to travel to find her cousin who is living with her newly married husband and their family. And their family is very, very weird, very, very not normal. Weird shit is going on in that house, that family. So Naomi has to like basically help her cousin escape. It is so freaking good. It is literally so freaking good. This is like my dream book because it has like takes on social justice and like racism, but it's also like fun and dark and creepy, and I just love that. I just love that. That's why Get Out is like my favorite movie. Just all the vibes are there. It's so freaking good. The atmosphere, an old manor, like what can I ask for more, honestly? Next up is Daisy Jones and the Six, and also Evelyn Hugo, but I don't have my physical copy. My dad is borrowing it to read it, but I don't even think he's reading it, so just come home, Evelyn Hugo, just come on home. I literally fell in love with Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones. Evelyn Hugo is definitely my favorite of TJR's work, but Daisy Jones is like a very close second. They're both about fictional, like old-timey famous people, which like I don't know why, but I guess I'm in love with this genre. Like, I guess I'm in love with like fictional famous characters. Old Hollywood, old California. I just love it. I just love the vibes. I'm so freaking excited for the TV adaptation of this book. Like, I've already been following everyone on social media, watching the cast, you know, do their thing. I'm obsessed. Like, I'm literally a stan, so. I did also read Malibu Rising, which came out this year. Not my fave, but I'm glad that didn't tear me down from reading TJR's other works because I love her other stuff. Okay, it's time to cry. Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner. This is probably the saddest book I read this year. This is Michelle Zauner's memoir about her mother dealing with cancer and her Korean identity and all those things just growing up in general. I don't want to give too much away. It's just really, really great. If you can read it, pick it up, you know. Get your nonfiction in, you know, while you can. Speaking of nonfiction, now we will move into the nonfiction picks. Trick Mirror by Gia Tolentino. This is essays kind of commentating on like our society right now. My favorite essay is called Pure Heroines. It is quite literally the most insane thing I've ever read. It's so spot on with how women feel as they grow up and just the experience of becoming from a girl to teenager to adulthood is just like, there is nothing compared to this essay. So if you're gonna read one, at least just read Pure Heroines. It's and you know what? It's really funny that it's also the same name as the Lorde album. There seems to be something there. I feel like I really took a lot away from this. What do you even describe Little Weirds as? So this is Little Weirds by Jenny Slate. She is a famous actress. It's kind of just crazy weird stories. And I annotated a lot. It's so gorgeous. The way Jenny Slate writes is really funny, but also really sad and really beautiful. I like the title of this one. I Died Boinked. Like you know what? She's just random. She's just a random girl. This is In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. This is a memoir also. It's not really like a traditional memoir or like autobiography. It's more so talking about a abusive queer relationship throughout the usage of like common tropes or like literature tropes or like movie tropes. It's really, really interesting. It really goes into psychological abuse, so that's a trigger warning. Like that's basically what this whole entire book is about. So yeah, but it's so eye-opening and it's so just it's much needed to read. And then I have some poetry because I didn't read a lot of poetry, so the poetry that I did read was really good, so I'm gonna recommend it. Mary Oliver, Dreamwork. OG, like naturey granola lesbian. We love her, we stan her. Her work is beautiful. I've said this in a video like a few weeks ago. Wild Geese, beautiful poem, I love it. And then Wendy Cope's Serious Concerns. Wendy Cope is really funny. I need to reread this because her work is just like really funny but like very depressing, which is like right up my alley. It's like she wrote this book for me. Anyways, I feel like this video was a little bit too short, so for a little extra spice at the end, I'm gonna throw in my least favorite books I read in 2021. Find Me by the dude that wrote Call Me By Your Name. This was a flop. It was not good. It was boring. It literally took me over a year to finish. I'm not joking. I DNF'd it for a while, and then I came back to it. I started this in 2020, and I finished it in the summer of 2021, so it's just not good. It's just not good. We will be getting rid of her soon. This one breaks my heart because this is apparently one of Phoebe Bridgers' favorite books. And all I have to say is, Phoebe, why? Why? This book is absolutely so boring. The love interest, the dude, was so painfully awful and so uninterested, and it was just absolutely frustrating. I hated it. I hated every second of it. I DNF'd it. I like skimmed the end so I can know what happened, and I just, it's a no for me. Exciting Times by Nisha Dolan. So many people recommended this if you like Sally Rooney, and all I have to say is that is rude of you to compare the two, because this book was so awful. It was literally just so boring, and that's like the worst book sin there is. Okay, like you can do so many other things in a book. You know what, your characters can be fucking awful. They can be the worst people on this planet. But if the shit is fun and messy and stupid, I'm gonna keep reading. This was none of the sort. The characters were just awful and the plot was awful, and I hated everything that was ever said in this book. Also, there's like casual racism. It's set in Hong Kong for like literally no reason. So it's not for me, love. I will be trying to like donate this or get rid of it somehow. I don't really have too many book flops. If I forgot some of my least favorite books, it's because I don't own them. These three I just happen to sadly own, so I will be getting rid of them. That's all for my freaking video. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye! And have a happy new year. Bye!